Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Dior, and this is Middara Unintentional Malum Act 1 on Tabletop Simulator. I say it often, but it has been a long time since I last recorded. My original plan was to get all of Chapter 3 done, and then kind of go on hiatus to let, the backlog catch up. But unfortunately, I made a lot of mistakes on Minor Rescue, and I kind of decided to just step away and come back to this later. So yeah, I made a significant error that I was like, yeah, I can't really rewind this. So besides all of that, since my last recording, they did update the actual module, but to transfer everything over would take too much work. Also, just before doing this video, I decided to drop by the new updated module, and I couldn't even get the book to work. So I'm just going to leave it alone. It definitely looks like they are providing a lot more space and stuff on it, which was kind of nice, but I don't know what else they've really changed on it. I'm just going to stick with my current setup because it has everything. It has all my promo cards and all of that. I don't think the update has any of the promo cards. Besides all that, occasionally got some comments. One person was asking about how I was deciding, how I was hoarding consumables and things like that. It's mainly just based off the... I probably talked about it off and on over the course of many videos at this point, but since they changed the rule for the party stash where any of your consumables are in there gets automatically discarded, the easiest way to hoard consumables is to have as many slots available as possible, which is why I have a lot of things like backpacks and backpacks and other things, and just using that to kind of hoard everything. This thing is... Let's try this. Sure, that works. Okay. So yeah, mainly the goal, originally the goal was just to get all the cards out of the consumable deck, and that way you have full control over what's in there, which is whatever item you use, and then the next time you draw anything from it will be the item you just used. Since that's been restricted, I'm just trying to do it as much as I can with whatever slots I have available. That's kind of the gist of it. It's also just an old tactic from the old version of the utility core where you would pop it to draw the top card of the consumable deck or whatever, or the bottom card of the consumable deck. And you get to a point where, the deck would be empty and you would throw all your daggers or throw all your throwing knives and then immediately go into, you would pop the utility cores to just redraw everything you just used. It was very effective. But the creators did not like that apparently, and so they nerfed everything to oblivion. But yeah, like I said, I'm not too used to this playstyle where you have to actually use them or lose them on your consumables. So this is mostly trial and error and seeing how it plays out. So far, I think it's all right. I mean, having a utility belt build that revolves around having a backpack is usually just a normal build for me anyway. So that's how it is. Anyway. Besides all of that, I think one person accused me of cheating when they were asking a question. Just ask the question. Don't accuse me of cheating. It's kind of rude. I've also played through this game probably way too many times. So, I literally get no benefit of cheating. So, anyway, with all that said and done, I don't remember anything else that was pointed out. But anyone that has shown their support, as always, I thank you. So with all that said and done, let's go ahead and read through. I believe we read the beginning text. We didn't actually go over the actual board itself. One condition: an adventurer ends their turn on the blue exit and more than one minor escaped. And then the other option is if you get defeated or you have only one minor escape. You have Damocles with you as a guest. He is going to go last on the first round. Low ceiling, so no flight. Which is something I keep forgetting about. Tracking time. Essentially, the way tracking time works, it's at the end of every round, you'll add a time token, and depending on how the time is set up for it, will influence what happens on the board. In most cases, you'll probably outspeed it. It's not that strict of a time limit, to be honest. Ignore urgency, which is fine since I already ignore it anyway. And then we have a removable rock, which is if you use a strength 10 check, you can remove it. It doesn't move it, you just completely remove it entirely. Got Profound Sacrifice, which we don't read until told. Some various loots, some various totems. Blue objective, when a figure is adjacent to this token, read the following hidden text. Okay. And then the white objectives represent the unarmed miners, and they're considered allies to adventurers and opponents to all other figures. They are considered figures, but they don't activate totems. If they ever take any damage for any reason, they are defeated. Remove their token from the game. Miners have 13 defense, have red-green conviction, and will attempt to dodge all attacks made against them. Miners can make skill checks as if they have a 4 in all skills. At the start of each round, the adventurers choose if each miner on the board either runs or stays put. If they run, they move up to 6 spaces closer to the blue exit. If they end their movement on the blue exit, they escape and their token is removed from the board. If they stay put, do not move the token. Okay. Our starting location is in the bottom right, this little square here, right next to the red loot, which I believe is dynamite, which I already have, so I'm not going to try looting it. Damocles will start in the little nook there behind the exit tunnel here. And yeah, we start with a bunch of frag ores and other nonsense. We do start with one miner on the board already being attacked by 2 animates. I have saved this miner 1 time in all my playthroughs. It's pretty much luck because there's not much you can do about it. And if you try to rush to save him, you're going to end up triggering this blue totem and then spawn another miner, and then this one will also spawn a miner, and then I don't remember if this one spawns a miner or not. But really how difficult this is going to be is going to really come down to what we spawn with the blue and green totems. I remember green totem spawns cave sickles, which of course we have a bajillion alternates and variants to deal with. And then the blue totem spawns the living ablation, which there's about a 75% chance we'll get a variant, and those variants are all pretty nasty. There's one in particular that's really bad that will have my movement. So yeah, we get to deal with all of that nonsense. All right, so with all that said and done, let's go ahead and shuffle and begin. I don't think there's anything else we need to trigger. Nightingale starts with haste thanks to the Tabaki. So yeah, let me put a break here in BRB. All right. Well, heart of the cards. Here we go. All right. So the big thing is the frag ores. We need those dead as soon as we can. And if we can go without, if I can hold off on summoning at least for the first round, that would be good too. I think I am going to go ahead and pop a pager for this, because I can't guarantee I can kill all 3 of these frag ores in time. They have 16 health each. And you guys know how I roll. I roll terribly. So what was it? After initiative is rolled? After dealing initiative cards, and then what is the text for this thing? At the start of a round, after dealing initiative card. Okay, so I can choose the order. So I'll have Damocles go here, and then I will pop the totem, or the pager. So I'll pop the pager and send the frag ore to the back. The other option is I put Nightingale to the front, but I don't think it matters that much. Animates have 6 movements, so it'll be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and start attacking here. Honestly, I wouldn't mind them having them run at me. Okay, so at the start of the round, we do also need to decide. I guess I actually need to decide. I believe I had to decide this before initiative, but it's not going to matter. I'll go ahead and have it move. So this is going to provoke 2 attacks. We'll go ahead and use a black die here to do the dodging. So we'll dodge the red one first. All right, a whole lot of nothing. Okay, misses. And then the other one. That sounds about right. Misses because of the skull. These were melee attacks, so this is all valid. Yeah, makes an attack against an adjacent opponent. Okay, these guys move 6 spaces, I believe. Yeah, 6 spaces closer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the problem is you don't have full control over how they move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go 6 to here, and I'll provoke an attack from the Fragor. We'll see if we do any better. Oh my god, I have yet to roll anything good on this. Alright, do I die? Yep, that's a dead miner. Alright, 1 down. It is what it is. Okay, well now we don't have to worry about it. And now the animates will come towards us. Okay, Remy, you go first. You can't fly. Alright. And the order of operations for this, start of turn, resolve, all start of turn effects, and then you would unexhaust on refresh. Let me verify one thing. Okay. I was just verifying they still get all the phases on the first turn. It has been a while since I last played. Okay, so in that case, during the status phase, I am going to go ahead and do Doombreak. See if I roll another skull. Nope. Alright, and then I'll get the refresh after that. I can also do it in the start of turn phase at any time. So yeah, start of turn phase, do the thing. Status phase, refresh, everything on exhaust, so we're good to go. So I essentially start with an extra stamina. Okay. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do the other Doombreak. Do it again. So this puts us at 5. Okay, good to go on that front. All right. So we got an Earthlow we need to somehow deal with. We do have armor piercing, and that's about all we got going for us right now. We do have a Murder Circus, which is tier 3. So maybe we can do something with that to kill kill one of the Fragors outright, which would be really nice to do. So yeah, I think I'm going to rush for the past the Earthlow and just take whatever comes my way. So first we'll spend a stamina to move. So key thing to note about this guy, it has visibility there, but not there or there. So essentially this little area here is okay. As long as I don't take an additional step forward. Okay, my movement is 7. So I'll go 1, 2, 3 with a jump. Good to go. Nightingale has 7 strength, so yeah, it was a total of 13. My lowest number would have been 15. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll ignore the first break attack I make this turn. So I'll go to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't even need the jump. All right. So with all that said and done, let's go ahead and see what we can do about this one Fragor. Alright, no bonuses there. We do have 3 stamina to try to just do an onslaught. Or we can just go straight into False Idols and Blade Works and see where that puts us. Let's do False Idol first, and we'll just see how things go downhill from here. So these things have 13 defense, and I'm rolling 2 greens. Alright, -1 to this, so it's 15, 14, so it'll be 1 base. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, 7 damage to this thing. I'm completely okay with that. Okay, 7 damage, and then I'll do a Blade Works. Alright. This will be a miss unless I reroll the 4. Yeah, there's definitely allies with an SOI. Should I just Ethereum Kotor now? You know what? Why not? Reroll the 4, see if we can do better. That is definitely better. 17. So that'll be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. I believe that is a kill. That is definitely a kill on a Fragor. That's 1 down. It is a swarm, so nothing else on that front. Alright. Let's go ahead and pop our Murder Circus. I'm going to target the purple Fragor and roll all 3 dice here. That is 20 damage, which will kill that one too. Alright, so only 1 left. That's good. Okay, we have the Earthloa still. Number of times I've attacked this turn, I've attacked 2 times this turn. So let's go ahead and spend three stamina to do Onslaught. We'll be at -1 for this, and this Earthloa has 12 defense. Alright, 13 -1 is 12. Yep, 12 damage, or not 12 base. So 0, and then 1, 2. I do have Armor Piercing 2, which is not going to be enough to really do anything, so I do 0 damage. I'll do the follow-up, so we'll attack again. Okay, 15, 14. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So that's 8 damage. -3 for armor brings it down to 5. So we are at 14. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. It would have been 5 armor, which will bring it down to 3, but armor piercing brings it back up to 5. So yeah, 5 damage in total. Alright, and then this will be the last follow-up. I'm going to go ahead and pop Bone Chipper. I've attacked 4 times so far. I did Blade Works, False Idol, Onslaught, and then the follow-up. So 4 attacks so far. So this will be at +4. And we'll see what we get. Alright. So 12 plus 4 is 16. -1 is 15. We can go 16, 17. So it'll be 5 base. 7, it'll do 4 damage. Alright, 4 damage it is. Not a lot, but it got us on the board. Okay. Goes to Rook. Oh, I'll have Rook do his thing as well. Stamina, and then refresh. Okay, we'll start with some interventions. This guy will explode if there's more than one, right? Yeah, he will. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's go ahead and do another Doom Break. Good to go. We're at 5 stamina. I'll spend 1 stamina to do Banished Knowledge on Justice. And then I'm going to go ahead and get Intervention up on Nightingale. All right. So that takes care of those. And then I'm going to go ahead and just go ham here. I'm going to spend 2 stamina to go ahead and blast this Earth Loa. I currently have what, 6? I can get up to what, 5 armor? Yeah, I can get up to 5 armor, which will be what, 10 damage. So I wouldn't be able to one-shot this thing. But I can get pretty close. And I don't think, yeah, the Sickling's just not going to be enough anyway. So, yeah. Alright, we'll spend 2 stamina. We'll blast this, this Earth Loa. We'll go ahead and empower it. This will be a green die because it's based off our shield, and it'll be empowered, and we'll try not to kill ourselves. But I'm due for a skull at this point. Alright, empower didn't do anything, but we're up to 14. Okay, it's going to take, I will go ahead and exhaust the shield. Oh no, it's another ally with an SOI gets +1 armor. My bad. I may have made that mistake in a previous session. I apologize if I did. Alright, that's okay. We'll just do 8 damage. So that's 17, and then I'll spend 2 more to go ahead and blast again, no empower. $14 again. Okay, takes 8 damage, putting it at 25. Okay, 11 HP left, not too shabby. Okay, Earth Loa is going to go ahead and put Barrier up on the remaining Fragor, unfortunately. And then it's going to go ahead and punch Remy. Remy will dodge with Marbish Threads. Okay, +1 to this result. So this will put her up at 16 defense, I believe. Yes. I have 7 defense base, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then this is 15 + 1 is 16. So yeah, 16 defense against this guy. All right, 16 defense. Holy crap. Awesome. I'm loving it. Can't be a session without this bullshit. All right. So I'm going to get hit here. 16 versus 18. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go ahead and give her +1 defense, or +1 armor, sorry. So I'll be, what, 13 damage in a swing? And then I have to do a conviction check, which I am definitely going to fail. DC 13. Okay, I passed it. So no paralysis and no knockback. But that hurt a lot. Alright, goes to animates. This one can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, can go all the way to here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can shoot to here. Nightingale only has 6 range, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, can't get there. Alright, Animate's going to go ahead and shoot at Remy. I'll be at -1 because it's shooting through hindering terrain. I'm going to go ahead and use a Ninjutsu. I did forget to use Gauge, like I always do. I'll just use it now, I guess. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, I'm now 18 defense. Yep, 18 defense. Alright, and this is just a range shot. Attack misses, good to go. Since I did pass the dodge, I do get +1 stamina, so I'm back up to 2. Alright, and then this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and take a shot here. So unfortunately, just out of range of being hit with some break attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just out of range. All right. Okay. So it's going to go ahead and shoot at Remy. At this point, I will spend a stamina to dodge because I'm running out of stuff to use, and hopefully we can keep this going. I do not. Well, I get +1 at least, so I'm up to 14 defense. This is at -1. Okay, it misses. Okay, we're doing a thing now. Nightingale gets +1 stamina thanks to haste, and now she can get to work. I'm going to start with the infection doing 1 damage, and I'm going to use it to pay for a re-equip. I'm going to swap out barbed arrows for black arrows, because barbed arrows are not going to help me now. Alright. Next, I'm going to go ahead and can I shoot from here? Nope. I can shoot from here. Let's see if I can inch my way forward. That's an option. Alright. I will shoot from here. I'll shoot the Earth Loa. Let's see. Don't need the exhaust for these. These just each provide +2 armor piercing, so I have 4 armor piercing. And I'm not moving, so I have +1 to attack, -1 because of the hindering terrain. Okay, I will just do that. Let's do... You know what? Actually, I will use the Architect and move 1 step forward. Okay, it still doesn't put me in range, but that's okay. All right, we'll shoot the Earth Loa. We'll spend 2 stamina for this. Alright, here goes nothing. Alright, I'll re-roll the 4. Okay, 15 versus 12 is 3. I'll do 4, 5 thanks to Morbid Leather. 6, 7, 8. Alright, and then I'll do 7 because the armor and armor piercing. So 7 damage puts it at 32. I'll make sure I did that correctly. 15. +1, -1, those are fine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Alright, good to go then. And then the 2 books, instead of doing magic damage, I'm going to use it to move 1 step up to here. And again, this spot is safe. I don't clip anything there, so I'm good on that front. All right. Next, I'm going to go ahead and, since I did hit a target, I'm going to go ahead and spend a stamina to do a quick blow. I can choose a new target for this. So I'm going to target the Fragor, and I'm going to be +1 to this. I'm with an SOI, so I can ignore the hindering terrain of that space. So I can ignore the terrain that the Fragor is in. So I am at +1. And this guy does have 1 armor, but it's going to be pierced. Okay, so just doing a quick blow shot from here, and we'll see where that puts us. Also, I completely forgot I had like the shadows. That's okay. Okay, 16, 17, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 13. So I'll do 13 damage to this guy. That's a start. Then I'm going to go ahead and do a Precise Strike on the Earth Loa. And since I'm right next to the Earth Loa now, I'm now +1 to the attack entirely. Because I'm ignoring its space and not shooting through any. Alright, I will do a Kill the Messenger, change that 3 to the max. It's going to do more than enough to kill. But just in case, 18, 6, yeah, I'm already doing 5 damage without any modifiers. So yeah, that's a dead Earth Loa. I'll take that off the board. Hopefully we don't have to worry about any others. This is uncommon tier? Should be, yeah, uncommon. 12 gold. Love the money. 3, 6, 7. Okay. So that's 1 down. And then since that was off a Precise Strike, I will go ahead and spend a stamina to do another quick blow and target the Fragor. And we'll see if we can finish this guy off. I'll use Intervention to reroll both dice. Okay, 13, 14, so it's going to be 1 base. 2, 3. That should be enough to kill. Yeah, that by itself is enough to kill. So that's 3 damage. And I can move a step. Let's see, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that is 3 damage exactly. Okay, that one is dead. Again, we pierced through the barrier, so it's all good on that front. Fragors are dead. We don't have to worry about them now, at least for a little while. 10 gold. That puts us at 377. And unfortunately, I'm kind of out of juice at this point. Yeah, we're kind of out of juice at this point. All right, I can do Ambitious and take 1 more shot, but that's not going to kill anything. So I think we're good for this round. We could do like the Shadows to move somewhere, but honestly, there's not really anywhere I care to move. Unfortunately, that blue totem is kind of in our way. One thing we can try to do is go all in on Nightingale, trying to take out the Living Oblation that spawns. I just hope it's a variant that I can actually kill. Yeah. Alright. So that is Nightingale done. Justice gets 1 stamina for haste. And unfortunately, she's kind of not in a good position. Yeah, we only have... we don't have extended range on our SOI, so all we can really do right now is move a little bit closer. So we'll go 1, 2 to there. We do have aspects, we ignore terrain. Alright, and then Damocles is honestly going to I'll spend a stamina to move and go 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we add a time block, and then we shuffle. All right. So the question is, how far do I want to take this? So the issue, I don't think we have another pager. We do not. We do have a BAMP token. That's about it. So yeah, there's not really much I can do. And if I summon, it's going to be bad too. Yeah, that's a problem. All right, I think we'll play it safe. Remy is going to go ahead and get 3 stamina. Give me a second. Okay. I'm just going to spend a stamina to move back. So we can make these guys come to us a little bit closer at least. So I want to move back to here. So Nightingale can be the target instead. Alright, goes to Damocles. Damocles will get 3 stamina. We can have him spend 1 to move, I guess. Actually, yeah, that's actually kind of a good idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to spend 1 more stamina, but that's okay. Because Damocles doesn't have much of a purpose unless I get into melee range and use his sinful privilege. So having him tank some hits for everybody is probably a good thing. Alright, animates. So animate 1's going to go ahead and take a step forward. And then take a shot. It'll be, I'll make move to be up to range 4 from the nearest opponent. So it takes a step forward. I am going to go ahead and take this break attack shot with Overwatch. It's not going to do particularly a lot because I don't have any ways of manipulating it. +1, -1 because I'm not moving. At least I pierce the armor. Alright. I'm not going to re-roll anything, so that's 12 versus... Alright, I can use a Masterwork to make it 13, so I at least hit. And I'll do 2 whole damage. Alright. So we got that going for us. Alright, and then it's going to go ahead and shoot, and it's going to shoot highest initiative, which is going to be Damocles. And I'll spend 1 stamina to dodge with him. And do a whole lot of nothing. Cool. Alright, Animate's going to shoot at -1. 11's a miss, I believe. Yeah, I have 12 defense, so it misses. Alright, and then this one's also going to move up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. It's going to move up and shoot. Okay. Damocles will also dodge. Whole lot of nothing. -1 to this. That's a usual roll. 16 versus 12, so 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I take 6 damage. Since I took 2 or more damage in from a single, first time each turn. Yeah, I'll get a vow token for my troubles. It does shoot again because of Chains of Perdition, so I'll go ahead and spend my last remaining stamina to roll this again. And also unsuccessfully dodge. That is the equivalent of me rolling lots of 1s, by the way. Alright, here comes the shot. Alright, misses completely. Alright, goes to Rook. Rook, get 3 stamina. We'll go ahead and restore the intervention token. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'll go ahead and do Doom Break again. Okay, still good. I'll spend a stamina to move closer. I think here's fine. It is. There is fine too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you know what? I can move all the way to here. That's fine. I was thinking about Sonic doing Shadow the Hedgehog, but that would trigger the blue totem, and I'm not ready for that. All right, so we move up. I am going to go ahead and give haste to somebody. Let's give it to Remy. And then I will spend 2 stamina to blast the and empower it. I'll blast the animate we wounded earlier. Alright, well, it was a bad roll anyway. I take 3 damage. Okay. I don't have any way of re-rolling. Oh, actually I can move 2 spaces with Helping Hands. So I have once, I'll just do, how many spaces did I do? Oh, I did move more than that, so that's fine. Not a problem. Okay. Anything else I want to mess with? No, I'm not summoning yet. Okay. We'll go to Justice. She's going to go to full stamina. Fortunately, her options are kind of limited without triggering that totem. So we'll go 1, 2, 3 to here. Movement. And then we're just going to start unloading things. We'll start with Life Grasp. We'll spend 1 stamina. We'll spend another stamina to empower it. And we're going to be rolling a red die and one of these dice. I'll also go ahead and I'll use the Wand of Coiled Fragments to go ahead and roll all of this. So I can pick the purple dice if I need to. And obviously my target's going to be the 2 animates. Alright. After rolling. Okay. Let's go ahead and take the shot. Boop. Alright, so what I can do here is alright, let's see. Do I only have one? I only have level 1 forebode. I'm a dummy. Well, any way we can stop that? Technically, yes, we can deal with it with a Bottle Blessing. Okay, reroll any number of dice. Yeah, reroll any dice that have just been rolled. We'll reroll all 3 of these. All right. We can pick one of the 7s. Add book is 8. Brings it up to 14. I will deal 6 damage to myself. So that 14 is now 20. All right, so 20, we'll start with red. That is a 12, so I'll do 8 damage, putting it down to 10. And then the other one, it's going to take 7. And then I'll heal myself for 2. And then I will go ahead and do a gore shot and target the red animate. It's just going to be these dice. I'm not going to empower. All right, I will reroll with a Wand of Hindsight. Okay, that brings it up to 14. Okay, fails it. I will deal 2 damage to myself to do extra damage with the gore shot. So I have up to level 3, so this will do another 6. So a total of 8 damage. And unfortunately, that's pretty much all I can do with her right now. But that's okay. Also, I completely forgot I could have just done haste on myself with a hasten core, but that's okay. Because there's not going to be any follow-ups from this encounter. All right, goes to Nightingale. Nightingale will get 4 stamina. We have no ways of restoring our HP, but that's okay. All right. So I can't take any steps forward, right? Or can I? Can I go here? Yes, I can, just barely. Okay, so we'll do a architect move. Up 1 step. It's not going to really help us much, but it makes me feel better. Okay. Next, we'll go ahead and do a... we'll start with a precise strike on the red animate. It'll be +1, -1 because we haven't moved. Because unfortunately, we are still shooting through other hindering tiles. No empower. And yeah, we'll just fire. Okie dokie. I'm just going to go ahead and intervention and reroll both. That's much better. 18 versus 13 is 5. 5 from Precise Strike, 10. 12 from Morbid Leather. That alone just kills it because I pierce all of its armor because of black arrows. So that does kill it. And we do get to draw a loot card. 12 gold. 389. Okay. I'm not going to take any steps with the extra stuff. We're just going to go ahead and spend 1 stamina to do a quick blow from it and shoot the other guy. Again, +1, -1. Sorry for whipping the camera around. I forgot to refresh the quiver. My apologies. Okay, 15. This will be 2. By more than 2, so I forgot to refresh the masterwork. I'll go ahead and use the masterwork. This will make it so I beat it by 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll do 10 damage. Okay, that was the quick blow. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 more stamina to shoot again. I will use the quiver to reroll the 4. Yeah, I'll reroll the 4. Alright, and then I'll use Kill the Messenger to make that into a 9. So 18, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 18. That will kill. Okay, animates are dead. That's good. 8 gold. Be sure to spend it all in one place. 397. And as always, if I made mistakes, I apologize. But it's at this point, I'm controlling an increasing number of characters with up to tier 3 stuff now. So it is what it is. All right, we add a time token. As for the rest of my turn, I'm not going to do anything. By the way, I did what I wanted to do here. So now I just need to get ready to deal with Blue Totem. And Blue Totem's going to be a jerk. There's not much I can do about it. All right, let's go ahead and shuffle. Rook goes first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just seeing what my options are for throwing things around. Saving the other guy is kind of a pain, and having Nightingale go last definitely sucks. I'm trying to remember. I unfortunately don't have the Living Ablation in front of me, so I don't remember exactly how it works. Also, it could be any of the other 4 is the other issue, and depending on what other types of there are, I could be in trouble either way. Well, Rook goes first. Gets 3 stamina, heals 1 from Sentient Bodysuit. Yeah, if anyone's, it's either I wait until Nightingale goes and have her deal with the oblation, but there's a chance I might not be able to kill it by herself. And if that happens, everything will go downhill. And the other issue, of course, is the green totem here, because I know that's going to spawn more nonsense. Yeah, I think this is going to be the thing. All right, let's just rip this band-aid. If we lose another miner, it's fine. It would get us more money, but we'll go ahead and take 2 steps forward with helping hands and trigger blue totem. Blue totem. Across a dangerous drop, a living ablation corners a miner. Spawn a living ablation on the space this totem occupies. This counter espers a spirit blade, which will randomize. And then place a white objective token on any space adjacent to the living ablation. If there are 4 or more time tokens, which we have 2, this miner has already been killed. Do not place the white objective token. Yeah, more than likely you've probably triggered this on round 1, in most cases. So we need to get a living ablation out. Sorry, it's been so long. All right, search. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this living ablation, spawn it. Still going to use the same token. That part's fine. It's on the totem it occupied. Yeah, so it's on the totem. And we need one of these random objective guys and put him adjacent. We'll put him back here. There's not really much I can do about it. Okay, now for the moment of truth. We have the initiative card. We need to grab the other initiative cards. And I'm going to hit shuffle once and grab what's on top. Coven Mother. We haven't fought with one of those. So Imprisoned Witch would have been the bad one. That one is the one that halves your movement unless you're heavy. But we haven't fought a Coven Mother, so I'm not exactly sure what to expect here. You're not in here, are you? No. I'm trying to remember where we put you. Was it in here? Nope. Oh, here they are. Thank you. All right. And we want this version. This version is the uncommon version. Okay. Coven Mother, SY of 6, her attacks have the follow-up inflict wilt, darkness, disease, paralysis, and poison, force 11, so it does all the status effects. Dark Tendrils, a Coven Mother may summon Dark Tendrils. These count as root tokens that reference the Dark Mother. They have resistance magic damage instead of resistance damage, and no immunities. Is the encounter esper not on the board? Okay, so this one does summon. Is there an opponent within SOI? Spawn 2 tendrils adjacent to the figure with the best casting die. Okay. Okay. All right. We can work with that. Towards the farthest ally, this movement doesn't. Is there an opponent adjacent and another ally within SOI? Make an attack. Okay, that's really interesting. We'll put you on top. And we'll borrow some dice for this. So I'm hoping to maybe kill this thing before it does anything, but if that doesn't happen, oh well. I mean, this thing does have 30 HP. It doesn't have nimble. Yeah, it doesn't have nimble, so we might be able to kill it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Also doesn't have protection either. All right. What if I go here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that puts me out of range, which is a little annoying. And Justice comes after this. So I was hoping to have a route open for Justice, but because I can have her go after the cave sickles that'll inevitably spawn, but I don't think that's going to be the plan here. So yeah, I will spend a stamina to move over to here. We'll go ahead and spend 2 stamina to do, well, before I do any of that, I'll do intervention on we'll give it to Justice. All right, and then I will spend 2 stamina to do Courage Stifle. I do have 6 range with this, so we're good on that front. So let's take the shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I have range. All right, I will empower it because might as well. And we'll see what we can make happen. That's pretty good. That is 11 plus 6 is 17. So 17 against Coven Mother. Oh yeah, I can't roll these. Okay, fails. It's going to take 8. And then I'm going to go ahead and Doom Break. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a... Should I Hyper Energy and just hope for it? Go for gold? Sure, why not? I'll heal for 2 and gain a stamina with a Hyper Energy potion. And then I'll spend those 2 stamina to make another shot. Okay. Here goes nothing. No empower for this. Alright, just 12. It's going to probably pass. Yep, just barely. You're not within range. Okay, so I resist it. Let's go ahead and pop our per encounter and do summoning. We'll get 2 summon tokens for our troubles. All right. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to hold off on the intervention. I think I'm going to give it to the summon. I think I'm going to summon a Gary's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a Gary's. I didn't mean to shuffle there, but that's okay. Pretty sure this will trigger the totem is the problem. It is going to trigger the totem. But I think that's, well, the other option is I spawn it like somewhere over here. But no, it's not going to work either. Problem is I don't have flight. So that's the big bad part is I don't have flight right now. And there's not really much I can do about it. So if that's the case, I may as well just go like right here and just deal with whatever spawns. I think that's going to be the play. We'll give you the intervention token. And maybe, just maybe, you can pull something off here. Okay, if we spawn a Gary's, we need to borrow his initiative card. It's going to come right after us. Fortunately, we will trigger Green Totem. So let's get that going. More monsters emerge. Spawn 3 cave sickles on any unoccupied space adjacent to the space this totem occupied. A miner screams for help. Behind the small group of cave sickles, place a white objective token on the southwest corner of the tile UM11. If there are 6 or more time tokens, the miner has already been defeated. Okay, so we need to do some sickle variants. We won't have Itlem because we haven't unlocked the uncommon tiers yet. But all of these are valid because there are 3 of them. So we'll hit shuffle and take whatever the top one is. We get the queen. Okay, well. It's going to spawn right after that. Okay. So, we get a K-Sickle Queen. Is this a... This is common tier. This is the uncommon tier. All right. This one's kind of annoying because it's resistant to magic. It has 48 HP. Does give us extra loot, though. 1 whole extra loot. All right. All right. We'll put you right here. And we need a objective token. And it'll be down here. There's not much else I can do about it. Is there an opponent adjacent? No. So that'll at least be dealt with for a round. Okay. That's fine. Okay, and then anything else about this? I don't remember if we read about K-Sickle Queen, so give me a moment. Okay, just verified that each of the specific bosses from the bounty have different backstories. So we'll go ahead and read about Architect of the Depths. Those who study the encroachment made by cave sickles over the last century often speculate that the behavior observed cannot be explained by the interaction of instincts in an emergent fashion. Indeed, any who have been forced to fight cave sickles over the years can attest to the apparent coordination and cooperation behaviors they demonstrate. But even these apparent increases in intelligence, however localized, do not explain the seemingly intelligent reactions to threats. For example, those who casually stumble into a hive may encounter only a single warrior or 2, while a group of the same size approaching with explosives or poisons may meet swift, overwhelming resistance. Most naturalists agree that cave-sickles of all types descend from a single central source, with the varieties observed corresponding to specialized roles within the hive. Recently, recovered notes from exterminators who tried and failed to eliminate a large hive growing beneath hide have revealed frightening new information about the center of every hive. There is indeed a queen, filling the same role as queens in other swarming insects on Earth and Middara both. The queen is the center of the hive, located in the best protected sections and surrounded by the strongest and most capable warriors. She has more in common with wasp queens than termites or ants. However, far from being an immobile mass of writhing flesh, the queen is a formidable creature in her own right. With incredibly well-developed physical and mental defenses. She is always attended by workers who provide her a constant stream of nourishment harvested from elsewhere in the colony. This supply of food has allowed her to grow to incredible size, towering over even large workhorses. While her upper body is heavily armored and rimmed with clawed mandibles, her lower half is transparent and devoted solely to the incubation and deposition of her eggs. Thousands of eggs at various stages of development are visible within, glowing faintly with the same orange light generated by the fungus sickles culture in their hives. No queen has been studied sufficiently to make informed conclusions about their behavior, but the observations that have been made are troubling indeed. She appears to possess an intimate connection with every member of her hive and will be instantly aware of activities they observe. If this is true, it would explain many of the strategic decisions hives appear to make while defending themselves, prioritizing more dangerous targets, flanking ranged attackers, and utilizing carefully crafted creep traps which entangle and restrain the unwary. Attempts to communicate with or persuade the queen have been met with little success, causing many to treat claims about her intelligence with skepticism and mockery. Yet there are stories of explorers being permitted to leave sickle hives alive, particularly after removing some obstacle that stymied the sickles within. It is likely that the sonic capabilities observed in lesser sicklings is also present in the queen, likely to a much greater degree. The triviality by which their scouts and workers may be dispatched should not be used to gauge the expectations of the creature that spawned them. Those who attempt to confront the queen should do so only with the most careful preparation and the most possible armaments. Indeed, no single verified case of a queen being slain can be produced, nor have any corpses emerged from dissection. Accounts of what the queen may be like in combat vary, though all agreed on the peril one invites by confronting her. Some overzealous explorers even compare her strength when cornered to an exalted esper, though these claims should be viewed with skepticism. Most accounts agree on the basic details of the conflict with her. However, when threatened, the queen produces a prodigious stream of silky, entangling creep, which covers every part of her environment and makes movement difficult for intruders. Many accounts also suggest she can weaponize this ability and likely possesses an even deadlier form of standard sickle venom. Most frightening of all, the Sickle Queen is a powerful magical baton in her own right. In addition to direct mystical attacks, the queen has control over her hive, and those who wish to dispatch her are likely to encounter large numbers of sickles coming to her aid. It is not known whether the queens of various hives are able to communicate with each other, or if wild sickles exist in a state of constant competition. Regardless, sickle encroachments on human territory continue. Whether there is an end in sight for these attacks, or whether the sickle population might one day rise from their underground habitats to fight with humanity on the surface, only the queen knows. At least so far, she isn't telling. Alright. Boop. Alright. Anything else we need to note? When the cave sickle spawns, place bug creep on every space this figure occupies. And if the cave sickle queen is the first card on the initiative track at the start of the round before she takes turns, sickle type allies, okay, there are none. She has SOI of 8. Okay, don't need to worry about any of that. Okay, we do need to put creep down. We do have creep right here. These ones are not snaps. That's okay. Oh, actually, they are snaps. Creep, thankfully, doesn't do any damage, so we're good on that front. I'm just hoping the AI doesn't attack the the miner, but we'll see. Okay, the only other thing we need to talk about is the Coven Mother. The back of the card, of course, has all that junk. But we do have the Coven Mother here. I think that's the only one. So I'll read the back of this card. Or not. I think we have a way of fixing that. Yes, we do. There we go. Eternal life. But we're all immortal, aren't we? Asked the girl. That's why we stay here, even though it's so dangerous, because we live forever. Once the cover mother would have responded with disdain, but in teaching the newcomers to their sisterhood, she had learned many of the lies humans used to deaden their minds. Now she felt only compassion. She extended her delicate fingers around the girl's shoulder, dragging her forward into the great tower. Child, you confuse survival with life. Middara's agelessness is granted to all, but whether that is a gift or a curse depends entirely on your decisions. Can a life of endless toil and suffering, thousands of years slaving in the same profession, living with the same partner, caring for the same children, does that sound like living? An army of scarcely clad incubi moved around them, or scarcely clad incubi moved around them, many wearing little more than their weapons. As they approached, one dropped to a submissive bow before turning to open the vault door. How many will you require today, honored mother? He asked. You will be enough, she answered reflexively. She didn't know that his name, nor did it matter. Whether he was mortal or a demonic outsider from the mother's realm, he would serve just the same. I guess I understand, the girl muttered, eyes wide and face flushed as she took in the company. The Coven mother could feel only greater pity for her ignorance. She tasted so little of pleasure that she didn't recognize its offerings all around her. The Dark Mother Divine doesn't want us to, what was it again? She fidgeted in her initiate robes as the vault door settled into place, adjusting a braid of silvery hair over bat-like wings. Human societies wrap a noose around our necks, the Coven Mother supplied. Virtue, morality, just words meant to confine us. In her service, we are free. She urged her forward into a stone chamber with a rough stone floor and a metal grate in the center. A harness was set into the center, and their incubus escort climbed inside without objection. The Coven Mother lifted a barbed whip from a rack of interesting tools, settling into the initiate's pale fingers. The days of your death are over, child. We will teach you how to live. There we go. All right. So that Rook's turn is over. We go to Gary's. Yeah, we'll go to Gary's. He has 3 stamina, and we have 1 shot at this. I'm going to target the Living Ablation, and I'm going to attempt to do Horn Energy Blast. So I'll spend 2 stamina for that. I get to use Rook's combat dice, which are 2 as a green and a red. We'll borrow this red. And this thing has 13 defense, but doesn't have any way of evading. So I'm just going to take a shot at this Living Ablation, or this Dark Coven Mother, or whatever you're called, and take a shot. Alright, so 13 is exactly a hit, which is nice, I guess. But I actually need a bigger hit. Because right now it's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I can do 12 damage to this thing, which is not enough to kill it. So what I need to do is I am going to go ahead and pop the intervention, and we'll just hope it's enough to roll better. Because unfortunately we have no rerolls available anywhere, I don't think. Yeah. So we'll take this last swing. I'm not expecting much from this, but here goes. Okay, that's much better. That's 18. So 18 versus 13 is 5. So that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That might be enough. So the reason why I wanted a high roll was so I can use the pull to try to just yank her off into the pit. But if I can just one-shot her, that works too. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. So I did 8 damage earlier. That's all fine. I used the reroll from this. That's fine. And then I can use, when making an attack, this attack gains X damage, where X is equal to the current roll on one of your dice. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do Morbid Envy. So yeah, 18. So 5 base, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 17, and then add 9 to it is 26, which is definitely a kill. So that is it for Coven Mother, and sorry to not really show off what she can do, but keeping her alive would put the miner at risk. So that's good. We got rid of the Coven Mother. We don't need to worry about it now. We do get to draw loot. Item loot. Okay, 2 whites. I'll roll these 2. 9's probably a relic. It is indeed a relic. So I get a item loot of the current tier, which is uncommon. So we need to borrow all of these. Anything else? I mean, technically these are double-sided, but they're not anything. Okay. So put all this together, and we'll hit shuffle once and take whatever's on top. Okay, we got the Necklace of Immortality. When you would be defeated by an opponent, roll a black die, and if you roll 3 or more books, you'll stay alive at either 1 or 3 HP. Which is fantastic. This will just go in our inventory. We can do a free re-equip with this, so we can just do this. Okay. And yes, you can declare the Morbid Envy at any point, so that part's fine. So yeah, nice. That's a good relic to get. It's RNG, but it's still nice to have. Okay, I'm just going to make sure I put this back where it was supposed to be. I did. Okay. Getting rid of the Living Oblation was very good. I don't think we need to worry about you at all, do we? No, definitely not. Okay. So that is it for Gary's. Goes to Cave Sickle Queen. And here it comes. Is our opponent within range 6? Make a range 6 attack prioritizing an opponent not standing in bug creep. If this attack hits, place bug creep on the space the target occupies. Okay, so it's going to make an attack. So I believe the miners are not on the initiative track. Yeah, they're not in the initiative track, and whenever you're targeting, I believe it's prioritizing initiative, but let me verify that. Okay, so yeah, usually it's a tiebreaker based off the initiative track. Yeah, normally the initiative track is used for tie breaks to determine targets. So there's 2 ways you can look at it. You can either look at it as Gary's being the only target because he's the only one on the initiative track. If it's a situation where you can't use the initiative track at all, which you could try to say it that way, you can choose the option that's most detrimental. And honestly, probably the more detrimental one is probably attacking the summon and doing damage to the adventurers. I would say that is not denying them money. At least that's how I see it. It's kind of hard to say. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and just go for my default gut feeling, which is to attack. And I've stated this before. This is kind of one of my complaints about this so-called update of 1.2. It doesn't really clarify a lot of these edge cases. All right. Or at least I don't feel it's clear enough. All right, so it's going to make a range 6 attack against a person not standing in bug creep, which is going to be a Gary's. I can't do anything with a Gary's because a Gary's is at 0 stamina. His defense is 12 plus 1 for friends with benefits, so 13 defense. And unfortunately, he only gets the benefit of hindering terrain if he's standing on all 4 hindering tiles, which is not the case here. 14, barely a hit. It's going to be 1 base. 2. And then pierces 2 armor. Gary's has 4 armor, so it's going to go down to 2. So it does 0 damage. That's the good news. It is still going to do the bug creep. On the space the target occupies. This also, I'm not exactly sure how it works about placing spaces because he's on 4 spaces. I'm assuming I get to pick what space he can put it on. The other way you can look at it is you put it on all 4 of them, which I guess is the other option. You know what? I'll go with the I'll go with the worst possible way to view it. Honestly, it's not going to make too much of a difference. Does mean I have to go look up freaking how creep works again. All right. So we got that for us. And then I have to make a strength 10 check with it. Gary's has 6 strength. I pass, so nothing happens. It would have only done 1 damage if I had failed. Alright, so 0 damage, get a bunch of creep on me. Is there an opponent adjacent? No, continue down. Despite the fact that the attack has reached 2, it's still based off of adjacent opponents. Can it move to put an ally sickle combatant with an SOI? No. Is there an opponent with an SOI? Yes. Cast spell 6 prioritizing the opponent with the highest total armor value, which is Gary's. And yeah, we'll just cast a spell here. Casting die is a green die, it looks like. Sorry, the quality of the image is not the best. And that one, and that I'll happily take the blame. All right, casting die. All right, 10. Okay, 10, and then Gary's does have protection, so I roll a black die and a green and teal. And books will add +1. Okay, well that's definitely more than enough. I'm not gonna. I don't remember if creep affects conviction, but I rolled high enough so it doesn't matter. Okay, and then otherwise place a random sickle egg on all continuous bodies of hindering or special terrain that are 3 spaces or larger and don't have a sickle egg already. Cool. Where are my sickle eggs? I am missing sickle eggs. All right, give me a moment. Okay, so I got all the eggs from a different save, and I have them all in one bag because I have to shuffle them all because any of them can spawn. And it's 1 egg randomly placed on every continuous body of hindering or special terrain. Now, from what I read, eggs are figures, so you can't step on them. Actually, sickle-type combatants can move through and occupy the same space as sickle eggs, while a sickle-type combatant is... Okay, so one could... So I can't spawn one underneath Gary's, but I can spawn one underneath the queen. So we're just going to go... we'll start with the one down here. This is 5 continuous, and then the special terrain includes these things. So I'll put that there. And then... we can put one here. We can put one, I don't know, like here. And then, I don't know, we can put one here, and I don't know, one here. That should work. 1, 2. I'll put them all within range at least. Okay, I can work with that. So, yeah, don't really care much for this ability where it could just spawn eggs everywhere. It would make sense if it was like within SOI or line of sight or something, but yeah, like literally one's tucked away in here that's completely sealed off. It makes no sense. But whatever. We'll go to Justice. She's going to go to full stamina, unexhaust her stuff. And I think we're just going to go for broke here. One thing to note about eggs is their defense and conviction are based off... They're either purples and 8, or 8 defense or 2 purples, or if there's a sickle enemy, which there is, it's going to match it. So it's going to be a teal and an orange that we have to deal with. So, with that in mind, anything I target, by the way, if there are less than 6 sickle combatants on the board, and a egg is targeted of an attack or spell and isn't broken, it will hatch immediately. So, yeah, let's get ready for that, I guess. Okay, so yeah, we'll go ahead and spend stamina to do life grasp. And we're going to target all of these eggs here. I am going to go ahead and empower it, even though I know that it's risky. And I am going to go ahead and use coiled fragments with this. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Alright, here, re-roll that again. Well, it's at least better. Alright, we'll take all of this. So 8, 11. It's going to be 17 in total. So literally, I am going to go ahead and take 6 damage. This will make it, so it'll be 17, it'll be 23. So the most they can roll with their convictions is 16. And the amount of damage I do with Life Grass is based off the difference rolled. So, again, I'm at 23, and they do 16, so they take a minimum of 7 damage. So as long as they take 4 or more, they do immediately pop. So I'm going to pop these 3 eggs. I do technically do damage to an opponent, so I'll do Ring of Blood to heal for 2. I'll put these back in the bag. Shuffle. Alright, so we got that far. We're popping items like crazy here, unfortunately. We'll spend a stamina to move. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No Shadow of the Hedgehog for this one. I'm going to do Gore Shot on the last egg here. And no Empower or anything like that. Because unfortunately I can't risk it. So roll 1 die. 14. Okay, 14. Okay, fails it, and I'll take 2 damage to make sure I do enough damage to pop the egg. Alright, oh, I should have healed for 1 because of Nirvana's Mark, by the way, so I'll go ahead and do that now. Okay. That is it for Justice. Goes to Damocles. Damocles will get 3 stamina. And that's probably going to be... actually, yeah, we'll have him move. We'll spend 1 stamina to move. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And that's it. Because unfortunately, again, I don't have anyone adjacent. Goes to Remy. She'll go to full stamina. We'll spend a stamina to move. Yeah, we'll just spend a stamina to move. We'll go 1, 2, 3 with a jump. Actually, I don't need to do the jump. I can literally do. Oh no, I don't have. I don't have the thing. Never mind. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't even jump from here because everyone's in the way. Uh, 7, 8, 9. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11 with the jump. Good. 12, 13, 14. So 7, 9, 11, 13, 14. Won't be able to do any fancy attacks from here, but that's fine. Goes to Nightingale. And unfortunately, Nightingale's not going to be able to do much either. She's hasted. Oh yeah, I don't think I didn't even refresh my infection last round. Okay, K-Sickle Queen does not have armor. So we got that going for us. But this thing does have a stupid amount of defense. Alright. I will go ahead and take a damage to move. Before I move, though, I am going to go ahead and do a Architect off of this tile, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll just go to there, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a, like the shadows to here. That should give me line of sight on just about everything, except for that egg. That's okay. I can still shoot this guy, because they occupy the same tiles. Alright. That, and I can just shoot this tile. Alright. So I will shoot the K-Sickle Queen. I am definitely shooting through an ally. Am I? Maybe what, center to center? I guess no, I'm not shooting through an ally. It's impossible to tell with the freaking base being this freaking big. Because I can't shoot through this thing. I can't shoot through an egg, but I can shoot through this tile. Yeah, I'm just going to assume I'm shooting through an ally. That's fine. If I'm wrong, then it's to my detriment. Okay, so I'll be at -2. I'll be at -1, but they have +1 defense because the queen isn't bug creep. All right. So we will start with a. We'll start with a precise strike. So -1 to this, and they have +1 defense. So I'm shooting its 14s. Good luck. All right, a bunch of misses there. Could try for a reroll. I would need to roll 8 on that to actually hit. So no, we're not doing that. Also, I completely forgot to do a re-equip, so I'm going to go ahead and spend the stamina to do that now. Barbed arrow. Oh, did I get these mixed up? Yeah, I did. All right. Okay, I will spend 2 stamina to shoot. Whole lot of nothing. All right, I will shoot one more time. At this point, I will go ahead and use Ambitious, gain 2 stamina. Everyone else will gain 1. Since I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen with the whole egg issue. Alright, and then I'll spend 2 stamina to shoot again. God, I can't roll anything. I'll re-roll the 5 and we'll just see if that gets us anywhere. If it doesn't, that's fine. 14 goes down to 13. I can do a masterwork to make that hit. So I'll be 14 versus 14, so 0 base. And then I will do an extra 6 with Barbaros because this thing has no armor. So 6 damage from that. 2 from the shields. And then only 1 from the books because of the magic resistance. All right. I can quick blow off of this. I can also take a step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I take a step back, would that put me in better? Not really. So yeah, we'll just stay there. Okay, I'll quick blow off of this. Not going to expect much from this, so yeah, we'll just shoot. 14. Unfortunately, I don't have any ways of re-rolling. It'll go down to 13, so yeah. Not much I can do about it. Okay, that is it for the round. We'll add a time token. Alright. And then we roll a black die for each of these things. At the start of the round, before shuffling the initiative track, if there are less than 6, roll a black, starting with the ones nearest of interest. So they'll be the blue first. Okay, and then wait, hold on a second. Oh, you only roll it once. If there are less than 6 combatants on the board, check to see if they hatch. If the result is a skull... Okay, so yeah, I did not roll a skull, so none of the eggs hatch. That's right, they hatch all the way up to like 6 or 9 or whatever. Okay, and then I can also opt to move the miner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Actually, I wouldn't be able to do it that way. Yeah, I'm just going to let it stay there for a round. Okay. Okay, don't need to worry about any of that. Okay, yeah, don't need to worry about any of that shenanigans. They go first, though. All right. Okay, Cycle Queen. Here we go again, which means we get to spawn 1,000,000 eggs again, because it's all stupid. Oh, wait, it shouldn't have spawned any eggs. It's not, well, actually, continue down to otherwise. Let me read that again. All right, reading this thing's a headache. Okay, so doing a continue down into an otherwise does trigger the otherwise, because otherwise is not really a keyword, it's just an AI step, or AI parameter. So continue down into otherwise will always trigger. What's even better is K-Cycle Queen is ability, the Brood Queen. If it's on the start of the track, which it is, before it takes her turn, a sickle type ally in the K-Cycle Queen's SOI activates. And this doesn't count as their normal activation during the round. It doesn't say another, so it can include herself, because she is a sickle type. Yeah, sickle type ally. So she is a sickle type. So she's going to go twice, because screw you, game. Everything else here doesn't matter. Yeah, because there's no the rest of it's just manipulation of the initiative track, which it won't do. Okay. So we got all that. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else at this point. Okay, I was just making sure I didn't forget the eggs or something. Okay, so we'll start with this again. Opponent within range 6. It's going to go ahead and target someone not standing in bug creep, which unfortunately is going to be the miner, and there's not anything we can do about it. So this guy is going to shoot at you. It will be shooting through hindering terrain. It does get +1 to attack, though, so it's going to even out because it's in bug creep. So it's going to roll a gray and a green, and I get to do a dodge with the miner. At least you got 1. You did better than the other miner. Doesn't really matter because you're going to roll max. That's pretty close to max. Anyone can manipulate? Nope. All right, well, that's a dead miner. It does put creep down there. So, well, not doing well on the saving minor part. Prioritize an opponent. They count as opponents, right? I believe they do. Yep, opponents. And there's nothing I can do because as much as I would love to make him move over to here, I have to make him move closer to the exit with every step, which means it has to take the route through here, through the freaking queen. So that happens. Okay, don't need to worry about anything else here. Continue. It's gonna. No one's adjacent. No. There are no sickle type allies in range. Yeah, they only count as figures and all that. So yeah, unhatched eggs don't count. All right, and then cast a spell 6, prioritizing the opponent with the highest total armor value, which is going to, of course, be a Gary's again. So it's going to make a casting check. All right, 14 this time. All right, roll all these dice. 12 plus 3 is 15, so it passes. Okay, and then it's going to put a bunch of stupid eggs down again. So it's going to put one there. We'll put one, I don't know, over here. One over here. One back over here. And that's all the eggs that can be placed. Okay, cool. Went through all that effort. And also, wait, there's more. So that was just the Brood Queen step. Now it's going to go through its actual step, and it's going to attack again. This time it can only target a Gary's, so it's just going to attack a Gary's. I will go ahead and dodge it. Okay. Also, I did check for the creep. It only affects defense. Alright, so plus 3 defense. It's going to be 12 plus 1 minus 1, then plus 3, so 15 in total. And then this attack will have plus 1 to it. Of course you did. Okay. 18 versus 15, so it'll be 3 base. 4, 5, 6. And it's going to pierce 3 armor, so it'll do 5 damage. I'm just going to pop both the summon tokens and do 1 damage, and then he'll take 1. Because these summon tokens aren't going to be used for anything. Okay, bug creep's already there. It's not going to place any new ones, so no worries on that front. No one's adjacent. It's going to cast a spell against Gary's again. 13. Alright, this time it hits. Okay, so this is going to do red magic damage. We'll borrow this. 7. So I'll do 7 magic. Okay. And then inflict wilt. Oh, actually, no, it inflicts wilt, then does it. So it's going to do another 2. Unless I choose unless I choose to despawn him. You know what? Yeah, I'll despawn him. Actually, you know what? Doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Yeah, you can have your wilt. Again, despawn them later if I need to. Okay. Oh, did I fail it by 3 or more? 9. Yes, I did. So I'll take another 4. Okay. Okay, in that case, yeah, I'm just gonna let him. I'm just gonna let him despawn. Yeah, there's no. I mean, I can gradually regenerate from it, but it's not worth it. Gary's did his job, and that's fine. Okay. So despawns you, bye-bye Gary's. You died as you lived. Okay. And then spawns eggs again. This time it does spawn another egg. It's going to spawn one here. I'm going to look forward to being done with this particular encounter. It is more trouble than it's worth. Oh, I did forget. Sorry, I did forget to move another one of the miners in the beginning of the turn. This one should have moved. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to attempt to jump. It's going to be rolling. It's going to be rolling two purples, and it's going to be +4. The difficulty is 10, 12, 14. So it has to roll 10. It does, so it passes it. The reason why I was okay with making this jump is because Remy is here with 7 perception to catch. So we can at least get this going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 14. Yep, that is all correct. Okay, sorry about that. Getting all jumbled up here. Okay, that is it for Cave Sickle Queen, finally. All right, Nightingale. Nightingale will go to full stamina. Also, you should be down at HP. I definitely had to second guess myself a lot, and I actually did try rewinding a few times and then undoing the rewind, so that's why some of the HP is wrong. All right, speaking of, let's murder. So the good news is I don't have to worry about shooting through an ally anymore, and I'm also in good shape for murdering this queen. Hopefully your 2 loot cards are worth this trouble. Okay, so we'll start with a precise strike. We're not moving, so +1. Cave Sickle Queen will have +1 defense, so it'll be 14. But I have +1 to this. Okay, here goes nothing. That is bare minimum, so I will use Kill the Messenger to make it at max. So 18, 19 versus 14, so 5, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 28. 28 damage. That's with having the magic damage. So 28, we'll put it at 37 out of 48. All right, and then I'm going to quick blow off of that. All right, I'm fine with it missing. I'll spend 2 stamina to shoot again. Okay, 15, 16. Actually, did that miss? Yeah, it definitely missed. Okay, 15, 16 versus 14. So it'll be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is not enough. All right, so I'm going to go. So right now I'm at 16. I'm going to use Masterwork to go 17. So I'll make it so I beat it by 3. So 3, 4, 5 for more leather, 6, 7, 8, 9. He'll do 9 damage, which will put it at 46. Okay, and then I'll quick blow off of that and try to go for murder. 13 is a miss. I will go ahead. Oh, it's 4. Actually, it's exactly 14. So it's exactly a hit. Never mind. So I'll do 3 damage, which will kill. I only need 2 of the damage, so I'll use the extra step from the 2 bucks. So yeah, 14 defense. I had +1. So yeah, I hit exactly enough. So I did 2 damage. Good. Then I'm going to use the Architect to move a step, and then do like the Shadows to move 2 more. Okay, and then that will be I didn't even use the infection this round, and I'm okay with that. So Cave Cycle Queen is gone. We do draw 2 loot cards because of Avarice 1. Alright, 18 gold. Is that worth a miner's life? Nope, but that's okay. 415. Alright. I could do one more shot using the infection and then try shooting an egg, but at this point I think I'm okay. With the Cave Cycle Queen gone, these guys will become a lot less threatening. And they're also a lot easier to hit and destroy. So we'll let someone else clean up the mess. Okay, goes to Rook. He'll get 3 stamina. I'll regenerate 1 HP. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to give himself haste. I'll give intervention to Nightingale. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 to do a Courage Stifle on the blue egg there. No empower. We're just going to roll. Well, that's a 10. There are only purples on conviction now because there's no other sickles. Okay, fails. It'll take 8 damage and pop the egg. Cool. 1 down. Goes to Justice. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, well, I can fight in place. I'll heal 1 HP because of Nirvana's Mark. Go to full stamina. And we'll spend 1 to do a Life Grasp. We'll go ahead and do Wand of Coiled Fragments, no empower. Okay, we'll take the 9, which will be 15. And we'll see. So I'm targeting the yellow, and blue egg here. I am going to go ahead and take the 6 damage to guarantee these things pop. The chances are low that they can survive the hits, but I don't want to risk it. I want these things gone. Alright, I will heal for 2 with Ring of Blood. Okay, and then I will go ahead and spend a stamina to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to there. We'll do Gore Shot. Alright, that is a 13. Fails, and I'll take the 2 damage to pop it. Okay. We still have 2 eggs on the board, but that's okay. Goes to Damocles. Damocles will get a bunch of stamina. And I'll go ahead and spend 2 to attack the egg that is next to him. This thing only has 8 defense, but it does have the -1 because of the hindering terrain. And this attack is empowered. Okay. 15, 14 it will do 6 damage no matter what, so that pops the egg. There you go. Egg bag. Mostly done. Okay. That's it for Damocles. Goes to Remy. Remy will get 4 stamina because of haste. We'll spend 1 to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 7, 9, 11. We'll do 2 more steps. To there. I think that's fine. Yep. Okay. We'll add a time token to the thing. And then before we shuffle, is it before we shuffle initiative? Before shuffling initiative. All right, so roll a skull, or sorry, we need to roll a skull on this to see if it hatches. It does not hatch, and then we do initiative. All right, Damocles goes. Damocles will just stay at stay in place. Oh, I did do damage to an enemy. I will heal for 2 with the Ring of Blood from last round. Also, I forgot the +1 damage from Hammer Helm, but it didn't really matter. Okay, goes to Justice. She'll recover 1 HP. Get some stamina for her troubles. All right. Oh, I did forget to move you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then let's go with with Justice. How far could I go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can move pretty far. We'll spend 2 stamina and do Shadow the Hedgehog here. We move 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yellow Totem. Okay, a Fell Stench spills from the cave ahead, spawn a Blooded Guardian on the space this totem occupied. At least that's just something normal. I put this away just so I don't look at it anymore. I didn't mean to hit shuffle again, but that's okay. Luckily they're all named. Uncommon. Okay, cool. Hello, Blooded Guardian. You spawn on the totem. I've moved 7 so far, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, yeah, that all works out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, so I'm going to go back. I'll hit it and move back. So casting die. Sure, I'll use 1 of Coil Fragments. I'll reroll all those dice with the Magical Leather Dress. Alright, 14. Okay, I get to roll a casting die for damage. 5 damage. And it is now Darkness, and I'll heal for 2 with the Ring of Blood. Okay. Alright. Then I'll go ahead and do a Gore Shot. 15. Okay. I'll do 8 damage in total with taking 2. And then I will go ahead and do Life Grasp for the last one. Alright, total's just 11. I'm not going to buff it. Alright, I will go ahead and use the MP3 player to force a reroll. Exactly 0. Okay. It goes to Blighted Guardian. Is there opponent with an SOI? Cast spell 6. That's definitely going to hit me. I actually can't pass the check. It's going to do what? Paralysis? Yep, I am now paralyzed. Okay. Can it move and attack an opponent? Yes, move to nearest opponent and attack. Alright, it's going to go ahead and attack. Unfortunately, it's going to attack Justice, and I can't dodge because I am in trouble. But I do have -1 because of the darkness. 11 versus 10. I take 1, 2, 3. I take 0 because of Leather Dress, and it's a melee attack. I do still have to make a conviction, though, which I'm pretty sure I fail and get poisoned. Okay. It is what it is. And that is it with that. Okay. That is it for Blooded Guardian. Goes to Remy. Remy will get some staminas and then proceed to whack this guy. I'm just going to do a... We'll do a Blade Works. This will be at -1. Alright, 14, 13. This thing has 12 defense, so 1 damage base. 2, 3, 4. I'll do 4 damage. Okay. I will heal for 2 with Ring of Blood. I will go ahead and spend 2 stamina to swing again. Yeah. It's a miss, unfortunately. I don't have a way of fixing that. Alright, I'll go ahead and make a conviction check. Alright, you're going to get diseased. And probably you too. Force 12. Yep, so they both get diseased. Not the end of the world. Actually, it kind of is for Justice because she's going to die at this rate. But we do have we have a magic bomb if she lives long enough. If she doesn't, it's not the end of the world. Okay. So that was a miss. At this point, it doesn't matter if I missed anymore. So I'll go ahead and do False Idol. This also misses. Yeah, and the action all current abilities. Okay. And then I will go ahead and spend 3 to do an onslaught, and I will use the bone chipper. I've attacked 3 times so far, so +3 to this, so total of +2. That is a bad roll. Alright, attack misses. And that's it, because I rolled terribly. Holy crap. Nightingale. Yeah, we'll just go with Nightingale. Nightingale, go to full stamina, and then try to, be better than everyone else. Well, I can go like the shadows for 2 steps. Spend a stamina to move 2 more steps. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can shoot through. I'll have -2 to this, but there's -2 plus 1, so it'll be -1 in total. I'll do a precise strike from here. Cool. I'll re-roll the 4. And then I'll kill the messenger of this. So it'll be 15, 14. So 2 base. We'll make it 3 base with Masterwork. I'll go up to 5. 8, 11, 12, 13. Okay, that's enough to kill it. But I'll make sure I did it right. So it was 15, 14, plus 1 for Masterwork is 15. Versus 12 defense. So it'll be 3, 5, 11, 12, 13, 16. It'll kill it. Okay, bye-bye you. Draw loot. 8 gold. Alright. Just curious about one thing. Was it in the corner? Yeah, I think the better option would have been just to have Remy go and deal with it and trigger the totem, and she would have been able to get flanking and murder from there and would have done a lot more damage. But that's okay. At this point, the enemies are going to be the least of our problems. Okay, don't need to worry about you anymore. Nightingale, I did have 2 books. I'll use that to take 1 step back this way. Goes to Rook. He's at full HP, so he's good on that front. Gain 3 stamina, or gain 4 stamina. I'll spend 1 to give haste to Damocles just because I can. And then he'll give himself an intervention token. And then he'll spend a stamina to move. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. Okay. Add a time token. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm probably going to wait and let this guy escape before we trigger anything, because I know a bunch of monsters spawn at the exit once we get the show going. Alright, Remy. We'll get you 4 stamina, because... Oh, actually, haste goes away because of disease. 3 stamina. We'll spend 1 stamina to move. 1, 2, 3, 4 with a jump. Yep. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can't move that far. So that was 7, 9, 11. Okay. Goes to Justice. Do you die? Yes, you do. Alright, you will get thrown off the board. Which is fine. You did your job. You popped a billion. Oh, I did forget to do the egg. No egg. Alright, bye-bye Justice. She did very good at popping eggs, and that's really all She also did pretty good in the beginning, too. Yeah, she did okay in the beginning as well, I guess. Actually, I think all she did was pop eggs. Alright, that is it for Justice. Goes to Rook. Get 4 stamina. And you can just hang out. Damocles will also hang out. Goes to Nightingale. I guess at this point I don't need her to stay. So I'll have her make the run for it. We'll spend 4 stamina. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that was 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. Another time token. We're up to 6. Roll for spawning things. Nothing. And then you get off the board. We'll put you down here to keep track. Alright, shuffle initiative. Damocles hangs out. Nightingale will go. Gain 4 stamina. Spend stamina to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 6, 8, 10. Pop the... We'll do a strength check on the top one. We pass. We get rid of it. Okay. Goes to Rook. He's going to give intervention to Zeke, or not Zeke, but to Damocles. Alright. Which I should have done last round, I think. Or some round. Anyway, goes to Remy. Remy gets some stamina, 3 stamina. We'll go ahead and... Actually, before her turn begins, I'll roll to see if I break this thing. I don't. And then at the start, and then after refresh... I'll do it again. Alright, now it flips. Okay, we'll spend a stamina to move. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. And we'll trigger the totem. This is a red totem. Another creature threatens a pair of miners. Spawn a Bloody Guardian in the space this totem occupies. Then place 2 white objectives on any unoccupied normal terrain space on the east side of tile UM25. If there are 8 or more time tokens, one of the miners has already been killed. After spawning any figures and placing any tokens, read the hidden text for the special encounter rule, Profound Sacrifice. I'm just going to go ahead and go straight to Profound Sacrifice. A badly injured miner is propped up against the wall, a blighted guardian closing in on him. All right, you son of a bitch, we'll burn in hell together. The miner yells defiantly as he holds up a lit stick of dynamite with an ear-splitting boom. The two are enveloped in a ball of dust and flame. When the smoke settles, you can see grim traces of the miner and his foe. Only a few ghastly bits remaining. The force of the explosion has killed both him and the monster. Discard one of the 2 white tokens and the blighted guardian. Since the Bloody Guardian did get destroyed, we will draw loot for him. 9 gold. For 32. Alright, and then we'll spawn a objective. So, remove that. Okay, so where's this guy spawn? On any unoccupied normal terrain space on the east side, north-south, of tile UM25. So we can put you, I don't know, here. Okay. Next. Place figures according to diagram 17. All right. Sorry for hitting the mic there. Oh, good. We spawned a freaking Bloody Guardian on top of us. I forgot that was even a thing. All right, it'll be closest adjacent spots. I'll be here. What happened to my Blighted Guardian? There you are. And then, of course, we spawn Fragors and Cave Sickles. The Cave Sickles we do need to draw stuff for. So I'm just going to hit Shuffle. Sorry about that. Hit Shuffle and pick whatever this is. Itlam Infused, not that one. Just regular Cave Sickles. Okay. Cave Sickles. This was on Remy's turn. Oh, good. We did this at the end of the turn, so we're going to get hit for 1,000,000 damage. Well, it is what it is. All right, you guys. All right, what order? Oh, I need to add these guys in first. And remember, Cave Sickles uncommons and stuff are bugged. They actually have 16 health, not 12. And their dice are wrong. Oh no, you grabbed it from the initiative track. That's fine. Okay. So, you spawn up here. You spawn by the exit. You spawn here. You spawn there. And you spawn down here. And the order was Blighted Guardian, Blighted Guardian, Cave Sickles, then Fragor. Okay. Actually, no, I did that backwards. It should be like this. Okay. Sheet. All right. Each time you would gain a time token, place it on tile UM25 instead. Once you have 4 tokens on this tile, remove it from the game. All that good stuff. And then essentially the mine's collapsing. We'll keep on going from there. All right. so I was here. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there, I'll go ahead and do the check. Let's see if I can move this boulder. I can. It's DC 10, I believe. It is. Okay. Takes care of those. Okay, Fragors. This is when we suffer. We get to start with the red one first. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Won't shoot anyone yet. This one's going to go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then orange is going to attack Damocles. Damocles will try to dodge. Hey, he did slightly okay. Alright, that was really buggy. I'm just going to drag these off here so that doesn't happen again. But the total was 17, so it's going to be these dice. Because of course you did 17 damage. Alright. So 17 minus 1 is 16. I have plus 1 because of dodge, so 13. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to do 5 damage, and I'll get a vow token for my trouble. And then it's going to, I have to check to see if I get diseased, so I'll roll 2 teals. Alright, I don't get diseased. That's nice. It's going to go ahead and shoot somebody, farthest opponent. It's going to shoot at Rook. Rook will attempt to dodge just because he can. Okay, good to go. 13 minus 1 is 12. It misses. He does get to place a freaking bulb down, though. And then it's going to move to be adjacent to as many opponents as possible. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3 with a jump. But first we'll take care of Damocles' break attack. Of course, I can reroll. I do have Hammer Helm. I'll reroll the 4. There we go, 15. So 15 versus 13, so 2, 3 from Hammer Helm. Actually, no, it doesn't even get that. Oh, no, it gets it down there. So yeah, it would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, and he'll deal himself 5 irreducible damage, and then heal for 2 with the Ring of Blood. So just get the total again. It was 15 versus 13, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I used 2 Val tokens, bringing it up to 11. And then I did 5 damage to myself to do 16 in total. So that does kill it. Okay, 1 down. And then, of course, I healed 2, which I already resolved. Okay. That is it for the Fragors. Goes to Cavesicle. The red one is going to shoot somebody. It's just going to shoot highest initiative, which is going to be Damocles. Damocles will attempt to dodge. Of course not. It's by itself, so it's just rolling a couple of reds. I'll borrow these dice for that. -1 to this. Misses. Then it's going to go towards the person with the most damage, which is going to be Damocles. Actually, I'll do that and attack. All right, Damocles will dodge again. Cool, cool. I love skulls. 13 minus 1 is 12. It does hit. But it might do 0 damage. I have 3 armor. And this is doing base 0. And then, yeah, total is 0 damage. So I will go ahead and spend a stamina to counter. That'll prevent me from having to deal with the poison. And I'll attack back. Or not, you know. I'll use the intervention token and reroll all of them. Unfortunately, it's not enough. Cool. What a day. All right, that's it for 1. The other one's going to go 1, 2, 3 to here. And then shoot at Damocles. I'll spend a stamina to dodge. Okay, I'll have 15 defense now. Alright, attack misses. Okay, goes to Blight. There's an opponent adjacent. So it's going to make an attack against Nightingale. Don't really have a lot of means to dodge, but I will attempt it. I'll spend 1 stamina to dodge. Alright, that puts us at 13. Yep, we're at 13. Alright, attack misses. Move up to B4 from the nearest opponent. Okay. So the usual question about up to. So I think he'll end up staying in. It probably won't move far. Okay, either way, I will go ahead and counter. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take the infection and counter. And hopefully this will work okay. I'm not moving, so +1 to this. Okay. I didn't use a quiver last round. All right, I'll use Kill the Messenger. Make this into 18, 19. This will be, so 19 is 7 damage base. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. So I'm at 24 damage right now. And I could take 1 step away, but that'll provoke another attack. But it would interrupt the rest of this nonsense. Sure, I'll do 24 damage. And then take 1 step away. Because unfortunately, there's no way I'm going to get kill. At least not this round. So this will provoke a break attack. which is going to be its second attack anyway, but this break attack won't have poison follow-up. 14. I have 12 defense, so I'll be 2. 3, 4. I'll take 1 damage, and then the wilt will kick in. So 1 damage, and then I have to see if I get wilted. I have a teal and a red. $11? Nope, we'll inflict a wilt. Unless I reroll all of it. I'll reroll all of it, why not? Did even worse. Sweet. Also, I forgot to use Masterwork. I should have. It would have done another damage. So I'll just do that. But yeah, it's either way, I still would not have been able to do anything. Oh, also, since somebody did die, I could actually put Barrier on somebody. Or actually, I could have put Courage on somebody. That would have made a difference. Alright, well, I'm just going to say I forgot. I'll just take the loss. Yeah, I should have used this Architect. It would have made a big difference. Oh well. Okay, either way, I still take 0 damage. I took exactly 0. Alright, so it interrupts all that stuff. There's no continue down, so that's it on that front. And since he'll still do the then step, but it says to move to be up to range 4 from the nearest opponent. It can't actually go any further without breaking line of sight, so it's just going to stay in place. Okay, cool. Add a time token to this, and we'll have you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then here we go. Oh, thank God. All right, we at least get to move. So I'm going to have you guys just do your own thing. All right, Remy. Go to max stamina. I'm going to go ahead and use Badman Book Kabatis to summon any Esper I want. And it's within SOI. So, oh, actually, I need to roll to see if we spawn bullshit. Okay, no bullshit. Okay. Alright, who am I to summon? I can't summon a Gary's because that's been summoned already. And technically the egg has a lot more defense now than usual. Should we just do Elifie? Let's summon Elifie. All right. Really, all I need Elifie to do is go and loot that chest. You're in here, aren't you? Oh no, I think I'm looking in the wrong place. Oh, that's right. I'm just I don't need to look in there. Sorry, I'm failing miserably. All right, Elifie. Elifie added, and then we need a figure. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can put you right there directly. Okay, that's within SOI. Perfect. I can spend a stamina to move and go 1, 2, 3, trigger blue objective. A miner is huddled in a small crevice. You call out to her and she hesitantly approaches you. After reassuring her that the monsters are mostly gone, she follows your lead. You've found another miner. Flip this token so it is on the white side. If this token escapes, you can add a story flag. Cool. So we flip this over. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm going to do Shady Training to here. and then I'm going to start swinging. So I'm at +1, -1 because false idol, and flanking off the side of the board. This guy only has 12 defense, so I hit by 1. So I'm at 1, 2, 3, and backstab brings it up to 6. So 6 damage will finish this guy off. And we draw loot. 8 gold. 440. I'm going to go ahead and slide these over. Okay, that is it for Remy. Fantastic turn. Can't heal because of disease. Okay, goes to Elifie. Elifie has 3 stamina. Spend 1 to loot this token. It is a green. Gain 2 mundane common consumables, then make a perception 10 check. Alright, I'm just going to shuffle. Mundane, that's uncommon, mundane. Okay, and we'll add 1 of them, and then the other one will go to the stash. Okay, I will do a perception check. This thing has a perception of 6, and passes. Actually, did I make this mistake again? 1 second. Alright, search on the Discords. Somebody said yes, they can. So I'm going to go ahead and go with it. I feel like if it was something like they couldn't, I think it would. The book should go out of the way to say it. The only reason why I'm a little unsure is technically it says specifically adventurers, and that adventurer is a keyword whenever you do the loot action, but it says that you can, so I'm going to go ahead and assume you can. I think majority of my playthroughs I've always assumed you could. Anyway, I rolled a 7 plus 6, which is 13, which is definitely more than 10. We get 20 gold. Okay. And then with my remaining stamina, well, first I'll go ahead and do a gore shot, I guess. No, I'm not. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm just going to let this thing go. If it hatches, good for it. We'll spend a stamina to move. This thing has 6 movement, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. We'll go all the way up. All right. That is it for Elifie. Goes to Rook. Fragors. How's this work again? While a Fragor is alive, any opponent with an SOI of a bulb can't cast spells. Alright, so I can't cast spells right now because Fragors are indeed alive. So, Rook. Let's go ahead and give an intervention token to Damocles, and then we're going to go ahead and pop this thing. Disease. Okay, so bye-bye haste. Bye-bye haste. Oh, I did heal. No, I didn't have any damage. Never mind. So disease for everybody. As soon as I learn how to read. There we go. Disease. That's a darkness. That's a disease. And disease. Honestly, at this point, it's not too bad. Okay. So I moved. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fine. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and start blasting. We'll spend 2 to do Courage Stifle. I'm going to target the Fragor. And we'll go ahead and empower it. Alright, that's 16 in total. Fragors have teal and orange. Okay, I definitely passed. So it's going to do 8 damage to this Fragor. And then I'll cast again, no empower. Sorry, that's 11. I'll go ahead and use the intervention and reroll. That's even worse. Cool. Alright, stays alive. Good for it. Alright, I'll go ahead and do this and see if I break it. It's not broken yet. Okay. That's it on that front. Goes to Nightingale. Alright, Nightingale. Alright, I'm gonna have to just move normally. Alright, I get 4 stamina because I'm still hasted because I think she's the only person not diseased at this point. And we're gonna go ahead and do Like the Shadows for 2 steps. And then we'll go ahead and do a just regular move, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just go 6 to here. I'll do Precise Strike. I have moved, unfortunately, so this will just be a regular shot. 16 versus 13, so 3, 4, 5 for Mortal Leather, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 16. That will kill that Fragor. Okay. Besides all of that, I'll do the Architect and spend a stamina to move 2 more steps. And that'll be it for her. Damocles. You're not looking so hot, Damocles, but that's okay. You haven't been doing well either. Alright, only 3 stamina because disease. I'll target the Cave Sickle. I'll spend 2 stamina on an attack. Awesome. I'll go ahead and use Hammer Helm to reroll the skull. That's much better. 17 versus... 17 versus 12, so 5, 6 from Hammer Helm. 7, 8, 9, 12. It's going to do 12 damage to this thing. I'll do 4 more damage to myself to finish it off and get a Vow token in the process. So that's a Cave Sickle dead. Alright. And then I have only 2 stamina left. I'll spend 1 to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just going to move back. You've done your job. Alright, Cave Sickle. It's going to shoot at Rook. Rook is not going to dodge. It's just going to shoot. So 2 reds. 13 is going to be base 1 damage plus 1 from the shield will do 0 damage because of I have 4 defense or 4 armor, sorry. I can counter because I took 0 damage and I can counter with a spell, so I'll go ahead and use a discipline for this. Actually, you know what? I'll wait. I'll do that on the frag. Actually, can I do it with the Fragor? Yes, I can do it against the Fragor. Yeah, I'll just let it hit me for 0, and then it's going to run up and punch me. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Alright, it's going to go ahead and take another swing. I'm not dodging. It misses. I'll counter. I'll be rolling... Oh, I made a mistake earlier. It should have been 2 greens for the attack earlier last time when I was attacking with Agares. Attack for 13, so I'll be 1 base. And then 2, 3. I'll do 3 damage. Okay. Goes to Fragor. Fragor is just going to go shoot a Rook. I will dodge with Rook. I gain +1. And this thing rolls double greens. And of course it rolls 1,000,000. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to go ahead and pop the Curse. and then counter with the Pontifex, and then I'll cast with that. All right, just a green die. All right, 13. It fails, it takes 8 and dies. And since it's dead, it can't spawn anything. All right. 10 gold. 470. Okay. That is everybody. We add a time token to this. I think this thing doesn't collapse until 4, right? Yeah. All right. Roll for dumb stuff. Okay, no egg. All right, and then I'm going to move this thing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then we do initiative. All right, Rook goes first. Can't heal because of disease. That's fine. Gain 3 stamina. We'll spend 2 to do a... Well, actually, we'll spend 1 to give himself intervention, and then we'll undo an empowered spell on this cave sickle. And then use intervention to reroll all of that. Okay, take 3 damage, because screw you, game. We'll go ahead and roll to see if we lose the thing here. We do not. Alright, well, I have a stamina left. Goes to Remy. At this point, none of this really matters too much. I'm going to go ahead and spend a stamina to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to there. So that was 7, 9. All right. And I will go ahead and for right now, I'm just going to wait here. All right, so it goes to Elifie. At this point, Elifie can go ahead and gain 3 stamina. We'll spend 1 to do Gore Cleanse and purge off the disease. And the rest doesn't really matter. I'll spend 1 stamina to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with a jump. Good enough. And then 7, 8 to here. Okay. Then it goes to Damocles. We'll gain some stamina. We'll spend 2 of it and do a Sinful Privilege attack from where I'm at. I'll re-roll the 4. Never mind. Cool. Thanks, Damocles. I'm glad you're here. All right. Goes to Cave Sickle. It's going to do Onslaught against Rook. We'll just roll the dice. Boop. 11's a miss. I'll counter with a Pontifex. 15. Fails. It's going to take 8. All right, and that, yeah, I missed, so that's it for that. Goes to Nightingale. Go to full stamina. We'll spend 1 to move. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 6, 8, 10, 12, and then we'll do like the shadows to get in position here. Add a time token to this. Roll to see if this thing explodes. It does not. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Take care of initiative. All right, Elifie is just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll use up all stamina. Okay. Goes to Rook. Rook will get 3 stamina. We're just going to do a Courage Stifle. No Empower. 10 in total. Alright, and then I'll cast it again. 11 in total. Okay, dies. Okay. Done with that. 9 gold. 4, 7, 9. Alright. You get off the board. That was Rook's turn. Okay. At this point, Remy will be moving over here. The 4th time token is going to take out this tile entirely, which will kill this egg. And then it is, what, every 2? Tile 23, which is this one, takes 3 rounds to break. By that point, it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, needless to say, I have enough time to get away. It would take, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So 5 rounds. So 5 rounds would be plus maybe another round for the other one. So 5 rounds would be something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 would be that. And by then, all of them would be at this tile, but by the time this one collapses. So we should be fine. Tiles after this are removed in the following order. Remove 1. Oh, at the end of each round. Okay, fine, we'll play through it. We'll just see what happens. It's going to be pretty straightforward, though. So let's go ahead and take care of this. That was Nightingale, goes to Remy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. All right. Then it goes to Damocles, who's hanging out. That's fine. And then we add the time token, which will take out this thing entirely. So no more rolling for eggs. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do initiative. Honestly, I'm not going to worry about the order here. Elifie's actions don't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everyone else here I don't care about. All right. And everyone else will stay in place. We'll go ahead and add a time token to here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do. You don't have to worry about terrain, by the way, for the figures. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That'll be exactly enough. Actually, I need to do 1 more stamina, but that's okay. All right. Everything else is pretty much the same. I'm not worried about Elifie. We'll add a time token here. This is not broken yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remy can go 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. Then we add a time token. This one is now collapsed. Okay. And then it goes Jump check, which it can't fail. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 4 skill, 4 agility, and then Nightingale has 7 strength. So there's no way to fail the check because it's DC 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Remy will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go ahead and do the shuffle here just to see. Actually, I don't even care. Nightingale can go last for all I care. All right, and then you at this point, this will collapse. And then these two will get to the exit. And then at that point, everyone will just get to the exit at some point. But just to make sure we do. 1, 2, 3, 4 with a jump. If I fail it, that's fine. 8 plus 5 is 13. That's I pass. So at this point, it'll take multiple rounds for the collapse to catch up to us. We can get to the exit. We're good. We're done. We're done. So there you go. So the good news is we did get everyone out, including the where'd the objective guys go? There they are. So we got those, and we get the flag because we got the one that mattered. So we have profound sacrifice, or not profound sacrifice. We have new ambitions flag checked. Okay. And then we gain 1, restore all adventurers, and everyone gets 1 experience. We definitely had more than 1 minor escape. We had 3 in total, which is average. Sorry if I got a little messed up, but there was a lot of nonsense to deal with. It honestly could have been a lot worse. And to be honest, I made a bunch of mistakes and had some pretty bad luck as well. Killing the ablation right off the bat was very good, though. So I'll take the win there. We did pretty well controlling the beginning, too. It was really just the queen that was kind of a problem, just simply because he got so many actions and did pretty good damage. But honestly, it didn't matter there either because Agarys was kind of didn't need to be around anymore. You can keep Agarys around just to help throw people across, which can be helpful. But yeah, pretty good there. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Obviously, there's going to be some story bits we deal with after this, but we'll deal with that when that's done. So, I am Theta Prestior. This was Middara Unintentional Malum Act 1 on Tabletop Simulator. And should be smooth sailing from the rest from here on, at least for the rest of Chapter 3. So, see you guys next time.